history, the number 6 player in the world, has an opportunity to add to his wonderful CV, which has a US Open title already on it. Can he add an AO title on it? He's about to walk over and join a man who's got a couple of Australian Opens on his CV, Jim Courier.
Well, Marin, that was quite a contest for about 3.5 hours. It was just back and forth, back and forth. Very difficult way for a match to end. Love to just get your overall thoughts on the contest with Rafa tonight.
Yeah, unbelievable performance from both of us, and really unfortunate for Rafa. He's unbelievable competitor, always gives his best, and very unfortunate for him to finish this way.
Well, you can sympathize with him. You had an incredible run yourself last year getting to the Wimbledon final, then you suffered some issues with your feet that impacted your performance. How difficult was it for you tonight to see what was going on with him? Did it come back in your mind, the Wimbledon match?
Well, he did a little bit, and as often sometimes happens when you're wounded, sometimes the balls are going in, you are a little bit looser, so I was really paying attention to these first couple of games, just try to keep my intensity up. I had several break points in this last game, and it was absolutely important for me to keep that intensity and continue with my own game, not looking across the net.
So let's dig back into the battle when you were both at full tilt. There were a lot of interesting changes that he made to try and counter your big serve. He was standing almost in the wall and then sometimes moving up. How does that affect the way you approach your serve?
Well, it just gave me a little bit vision that he's obviously struggling a little bit to return my serve, especially this slider out wide in juice court. I was using it extremely a lot, and I was thinking, am I going to go another one? But it was working most of the time, and really, as the match went further on, I was having even more advantage with that, having more winners, and I was actually playing better and better towards the end of the match.
The third set tiebreaker was very strange. You guys normally hold serve well. Have you played a tiebreaker where you've not been able to hold on to your serve that much? Because that was pretty odd.
It was 3-2 up and then lost 2 serves. Then Rafa lost his serve. It was very weird. I made a few errors in that third set tiebreak, especially in the third set. Overall, I think I had a lot of chances there to break, and somehow just Rafa was coming with some good serves, good shots in critical moments, and that's the way he has always been, always finding the way, even if he's not playing at his best level.
And what were your thoughts after that tiebreak? You sat down, you're down 2-1. It's a physical match when you play him, for sure. How did you get yourself up? Because you had a quick start again into the 4th set.
I just thought I had to lift up with my game. I think that I played well. I was a little bit unfortunate to break in that 3rd set, but I wanted to lift my game up. I was serving a little bit better, and then I started to feel the ball really good. The winners came, a lot of winners came out of my racket, and with just that intensity, I think I brought the level of the game a little bit up, and it was really critical at the end.
Gotcha. You're into the semifinals. Congratulations. Kyle Edmund of Great Britain waits. That will be a fun match. You played Kyle one time. You 1-0 against him. His first semifinal. What do you think about that matchup?
He had an amazing run here in tournaments. Few 5-setters, tough battles, and then again a great match today. And definitely a big congratulations to him to making to the semifinals. So for me, obviously, I have to keep going with my own game. Kyle is also a big hitter, great serve, great forehand. So I have to take the things in my own hands and try to deal with my own court in the best way possible.
Well done. So Wayne McEwen is the tournament referee here in Australia, and Wayne normally doesn't speak to me at all. He likes to ignore me because he gets bothered by these long interviews. But because the match ended quickly, he walked by and said, "Hey, can you stretch this interview?" So it's very odd. So I'm not exactly sure where to go with it. Is there anything that's on your mind that you'd like to talk about?
I can ask you a couple of questions. Your best memory, obviously, from over here.
Well, it wasn't jumping in the river, but it was what got me in there. When I won here in 1992, I'd lost to Stefan Edberg in the finals of the U.S. Open the year before, so that was sweet. It was very sweet. It's a special time, and it's almost hard to remember because, believe it or not, the court was green back then, Marin. It's a little different now.
It is. I remember. I think I played a couple of years when it was green, and it was also quite weird in the heat. How did you?
Yeah. Rebound ace. It was different. It was spongy, right? This is more like concrete. That was like if it got hot, it was tricky.
It wasn't tough to slide on it.
It was tough to slide on it. It certainly was. Hey, by the way, you don't have to do this. You can go get stretched out. You know, I'm happy to stay out here as long as you want, but this is totally your call now, right?
I think it's up to the crowd. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
All right, Marin Cilic is a great tennis player and a good sport, and he's into the semifinals. The women's match will be up as soon as they're ready.
Brilliant was that, and the AO in 2018 was the tournament that promised to be the showcase of the new guard, the changing of the guard.